Although this is going to be a PSA. I'm a healer, I'm a shamaness, I'm a Reiki master teacher. I was certified in, excuse me, Reiki Usai master teacher in 2019, excuse me. And again, certified in Reiki, Fire Reiki this year. I'm a healer, I'm a shamaness, I'm a medicine woman. My great-grandma in this life was a very revered midwife and doula. She would deliver babies and help women pre-pregnancy and postpartum pregnancy and make tinctures and oils. Some call her a witch, okay? So I do want to do a PSA, though, about something that I just found out that I'm very shook up about. So a long time ago, this is going to be a personal ASMR story time, so maybe crystal scratching, rattle shaking, feather work. I forgot to buy foil yesterday. I keep meaning to do foil, but also protection from the evil eye, protection from negative energies, protection from energy vampires, and so on and so forth. And I do want to light some sandalwood. This is Indian sandalwood. And welcome to my channel. Please like and subscribe. This is going to be a personal ASMR crystal tapping, cord cutting, crystal scratching, organite dome tapping, and just siphoning bad energy. So like, for those of you who don't know me and who don't know about my background, okay, I believe it's essential to, you know, really know someone's background, to really have their energy imbued in you. Yes, I got my psychology degree and everything, but I'm just disgusted at the news I found out today that like really is just seeping in. This is Indian sandalwood. This is called sandalo. This is for protection. And the forecast says it's going to rain all day, so a long time ago, somebody came into my family and ruined my fucking family. And he was a really dark entity with a dark spirit attachment attached to him. And I always didn't understand why this had happened to me in this life and my brother and like just my whole family. I was like 10. I was 9.5 or 10. I was a little girl at the time. He was really dark, you guys. Just, I saw it on his face. I felt it in his aura. I saw the attachments. Just dark energy, to the point where like if you look at this man's face, he looks like what Satan would look like, okay? He looks really dark. I begged my parents when I was 10 not to marry him to Erish Kegel, who's supposedly my blood sister in this life. And why do I call her Erish Kegel? Okay. What a sister, mentally ill or not, try to burn your face and burn multiple parts of your body. Someone who loves you, or someone who's jealous of you. You know what I mean? No, a sister wouldn't do that. Erish Kegel did. And I was Inanna. So what did Erish Kegel and Inanna do? Erish Kegel was Inanna's sister, okay? Inanna was the goddess of heaven and sky. She was the goddess of the heavens and the skies. She had to descend into the underworld, and when she descended, her sister, Erish Kegel, every time Goddess Inanna would pass through one door from one underworld cave to the next and go through a door, her evil ass fucking jealous sister was like, I'm gonna take a piece of clothing from you, until she was naked and vulnerable. To whereas Erish Kegel hurt her and killed her, her own sister, Inanna. This is why I refer to her as Inanna, and I refer to myself as, excuse me, cancel, clear, delete that. I refer to her as Erish Kegel. Inanna's around me. Excuse me, I've had a Inanna calling many years ago, like 2014. I was like 30. It's just been this kind of day, you guys. Anyways, I ended up marrying him to her in like 1996 or something, 95. She met him, brought him back here. Made me a fucking bridesmaid in the wedding. Didn't want to fucking be in the goddamn wedding, but I was forced to. Then, and later this is going to be that kind of day, you guys, because of this news I found out today. To the point where I'm not sure if I'm going to publish this fucking video. But I need to. I'm one of those people that I need to release and I need to talk about stuff in order to, you know, cleanse. So what happened was that, you know, they got married, and then I found out that, you know, she was pregnant. So I thought that, you know, they married her because she was pregnant right away. This is what I thought. So, you know, being Catholic and stuff in the church, I felt like my parents married her because of that. But no, that's not the reason why. Supposedly they covered it up and said that they procreated on the honeymoon, which I think is still a lie. I still think that they got married because she was pregnant. I do. And she was the golden child, and she was very manipulative, and so she like always got what she wanted. Me, I didn't care about it. I was like, I wanted to be like in solitude. I liked nature, mammals, animals. I just wanted to be away from it. Like, I didn't care to be the golden child. I never wanted to be the golden child, so I was never jealous. I was like, whatever, favor her, I don't give a fuck. I didn't give two fucks, and I guess that made them mad, because I guess they wanted me to care, they wanted me to be jealous, and jealousy was never in my emotion. I've never had this fucking emotion before in my life. It's weird. So anyways, fast forward 2 years later, I have kids, right? And so, like, you know, a bunch of stuff happened to the point where, like, everything was allowed that they brought here. They were never reprimanded, never fucking told no. Everything was allowed. Everything that they could never do any wrong. You know what I mean? Like, when someone could do no wrong. And I always wondered why. To the point where, like, after me and my twin flame got into it, and you guys, that was a frankincense for protection, and then we have myrrh here, and then I did a nag champa. And then this one's the myrrh, and then this one is the sandalwood. And then I'm going to do a wheatgrass calls really good land spirits. So yeah, so like when I felt Ereshkigal's stomach, when she was pregnant with the first one, I don't know, something just didn't feel right, you guys. And I felt like the spirit attachments attached to the baby is what I felt. And he was born with 3 spirit attachments, my first nephew. My kids have seen it. He used to draw it for me when he was little. My kids would draw it for me. Like, I'm not blaming my nephew. That wasn't his fault. You know who I fucking blame? I blame his father. Because I know that his fucking dad dabbled in some Satan shit. I know he did. I just know he did. To the point where, like, his dad's face looks like fucking Satan. Bro, I can't make this shit up. But I will say that my mom, like, she has, like, sheltered them for a really long time, and, like, for a long time I always wondered, like, why she let them get away with certain things. I'm not going to get into what they get away with right now, but my dad, right before he passed away, told me, I saw your mother and, you know, his father, I'm not going to say names, leave the master bedroom door. Like, you know what that implied, like, to the point where I was just like, what? You know what I'm saying? And he was in, like, this hypomanic phase. And my nephews were actually in this bedroom when my dad told me. My nephews were young at the time. I was in that bedroom, which was my childhood bedroom, across from me. That's my nephew's bedroom now. And I was in that bedroom. And my nephews were younger. This is, like, right before my dad passed away. We were all younger. I was, like, 30. They were, like, a decade younger. They were, like, in their teens, I think it was, like, 2015. It was, like, the year before he died. It was, like, 6 months before he died. He stood outside the door and said this. And for a long time, my mom was, like, telling everyone, like, you know, He's crazy. Carl's crazy. That was my dad's name. He's deceased now, so I feel like I can say that in the video. To the point where, like, I would be a little girl, and she would take me to the VA hospital, where I was subjected to a lot of MK Ultra programming, okay? My dad was in the Marines, so he had checks. So they would always have to make these adamant appointments we were forced to go to, you know, the checkups and things. You know how it is with insurance cards. But people in the military, we had to go to a special hospital. It was called the VA hospital, Veterans Affairs, for, you know, soldiers who were retired and just soldiers in general. Whether they were, you know, they had to be honorably discharged. So my dad was honorably discharged because, you know, he had gotten checks. And he didn't quite fight on the front lines of the Marines. He said he was in the ship of the Navy going towards Vietnam, to where he said he purposely lost his shit. Like, he played crazy because he knew he was going to die and he didn't want to, and so he got the checks. That's my dad for you. Crazy ass. So anyways, I would go, like, my mom would always bring me when I was a little girl. It's like way before, like, always fucking bring me to this hospital. And there was this guy, and he's had, I'm sorry you guys, I'm like wiping my face. I have to wipe my face because the smoke of incense, you know, it has oils in it, and I have to make sure my face stays, you know, beautiful and clear. So anyways, he would do MK Ultra programming on me because I just would black out. To the point where, like, I just remember my mom walking me into the hospital, her always telling some victim story about how my dad, you know, her husband, was mentally ill, and that he was just really, like, you know, fucked. And that they would be like, oh, like, she would, you know, play the victim and feel sorry, to the point where, like, you know, she had to get that energy because, you know, she's an energy vampire. So, like, she had to fucking play the victim and be like, I'm so sorry. And so what happened was I would sit in the fucking room. I remember I would go into the actual doctor's room, sit there. This man had a white coat, okay, and he had, like, gray hair, like, and he was bald up here. And I just remember, like, him being like, how are you? And then, like, checking my knee reflexes in my eyes. And then all of a sudden, like, right after the knee reflexes, I would just fucking, you know, I would black out. Like, I don't remember the rest of the appointments. And that's an energy vampire. That's Nate Jacobs. That's the one where I felt bad vibes when my sister was carrying him when she was pregnant. I felt a very bad energy. And so he's been here ever since. So anyways, I just want to say that my mother ended up actually sleeping with his father. And that's why all of this shit has been allowed. So this morning I had an epiphany. And she literally admitted basically to sleeping with him because I was just like, it's true what dad said, isn't it? And she gave me the evil eye, and then she, like, tried to shut the door, which was confirmation, which was, like, her confession. It was a silent but yet loud confession, to the point where, like, she didn't want him to hear because he was here, because he's always here. And so she literally tries to shut the door, but she tries to push me out of the way, like, physically push me, and that's my mom. So, like, you know, I'm just like, whatever at this point, to the point where, like, it's not like a man doing it to me. And so, like, if it was a man, that would have been a different fucking, that would have been a different outcome to the story. But she was, like, pushing me. And so, like, she basically confessed that, yeah, she slept with his dad. And, yeah, this is why fucking, you know, all, you know, they got away with so much shit and they could do whatever they want in the house because, you know, he's going to put her on blast. He's going to fucking be like, look, if you don't take care of my sons, if you don't take care of him, I'm going to fucking tell everybody that you let me hit. I'm going to tell everyone that we had sex. And that will shame her and humiliate her and fucking literally make her feel, and she already feels guilty. Okay, so I found out this ugly truth today. Yes, I did. And so, like, it's just sinking in. And for me, you know, other people, they may be able to vape, smoke cigarettes, you know, they may fucking smoke weed. This motherfucker's been in the kitchen 4 hours in the morning and, like, 5-6 hours at night. It's like a whole shift to where I haven't been able to cook. I haven't been able to cook food, you guys. He's been doing this on purpose. But yeah, my mom fucked his dad, and this is the reality of it. Please don't report my channel. I'm going through such a hard time, to the point where, like, please, like, cash out me because I need a cash out. I'm disgusted right now, you guys. I'm fucking purely disgusted, to the point where, like, when she told me this and when she tried to push me out of the way, she tried to push me like 4 times, and I was like going back the other way. She was pushing me and I was going back the other way. She was trying to shut the door. I was trying to leave that shit open, because, like, I was trying to go and see Layla, and I wanted to be with Layla because Layla was, like, you know, she was right there. So that's the family dog now. It used to be my brother's dog. But anyways, so now I understand why my mother, because she fucked his dad, bro. I'm disgusted. So, like, now I understand, like, why, I understand why everything happened the way it did. I understand why, like, where her place is. For a long time I struggled to understand, but now it's like, I know. And I'm just fucking disgusted. And I told her, you guys, I looked at her dead in the eyes, and I was like, Mom, I'm disgusted with you. And she put her head down. She was in shame. She didn't say shit to me. She didn't try to defend herself. She didn't say that wasn't true. She didn't fucking try to dismiss it. She literally was ashamed and guilty. And this is where I was like, wow. She didn't say she was sorry. She didn't say shit. So I'm purely disgusted right now. So this is my position. And a lot of the trauma made me have only the emotions. Sometimes, some days, I just feel purely disgusted with mankind. I feel purely disgusted with certain members of my family. And, like, it's something that I'm, like, you know, I've already grown accustomed to this. To the point where, like, some days it's just pure disgust. So I'm disgusted with my mother today. Okay. So I'm glad that I walked to the store yesterday and I got this. Okay. So this is why it all makes sense now, because you guys, let me just light this. It all fucking makes sense. Because for a long time she was running around trying to make me feel, she's always trying to, like, call DCF on me and try to, like, do things to me to, like, try to ruin my life, to the point where, like, it made me think, like, okay, why are you so guilty? Like, what are you trying to hide about you? And now I fucking know. So we're gonna do a protection bay leaf. And when Nate Jacobs is there trying to screw up my video again, as usual, he's trying to screw up my whole life. That's fucking his intention. So this is why I felt the bad energy, you guys. I haven't done one of these in a long time, you guys. I've needed to do that. I have to fix my nail because sometimes it'll make my nail, like, bend out of place, and then I have to, like, refix it, but, like, it's fine. Like, to the point where, like, my mom had me and my kids in a shelter last year. To the point where I tried to struggle. I struggled as to why the fuck she did that shit to me. I tried to struggle. It was a lot. It was a lot of fucking trauma, to the point where, like, I struggled to understand, I mean, why the fuck she did that to me, and why, you know. Yeah, no, she slept with him. She slept with him, and this is why she's fucking done this for many years. And my sister, she doesn't believe it because, you know, she's asleep. My dad tried to tell me before he died, you guys, dude, he was telling the truth. And it sucks when, like, someone tries to tell you the truth and then it's like they cross the veil, so it's like their soul is with you sometimes, but they're not here anymore. To where, like, I want to give my dad a hug and be like, I'm so sorry I didn't believe you. I'm so sorry that I thought you were crazy. Like, I felt so fucking bad, to the point where, like, I wish that I could just, like, have an hour with my dad and with Brandon and with Flashy. Like, if I had, like, a bench I could sit on and just choose, and Molde, I would choose Modesta. That was my ex's great-grandma, who took care of me like a mother when my mother never protected me. My mother never protected me in this life. To the point where, like, you know, Molde, she was my mother in a past life. We called her Modesta. And you guys, sorry, so my friend's texting me. He was supposed to take me to a casino today, but with all this trauma, I had to cancel with him. I literally, like, I told him, I was like, I cannot concentrate today. Like, I'm going through something personal. He was like, what is it, mama? And I was like, he was like, Mommy, tell me, I want to take you to the beach. I'm like, I cannot go with all of this on my mental. I cannot fucking go. To the point where, like, it's traumatizing, you guys. I'm disgusted. How am I supposed to enjoy myself at a casino on a beach when I just found out that my fucking mom fucked my ex-brother-in-law while he was married to my sister? What the fuck? Okay, so at this point, now, like, everything fucking makes sense, you guys. Like, now I understand why she didn't protect me, why I understand why she didn't protect my kids, why I understand why she let all this shit happen for like 30, I think it's been like 31 years of my life. It fucking all makes sense, bro. It's just, it's seeping in and I'm disgusted. To where I can't even drink this anymore because this does something to your digestive system. Excuse me. I was still sipping on that. This will, if you drink this for like 4 months straight with like a soda, like you mix it, eventually this will dehydrate your colon. So where like I can't drink that anymore. I don't even know why I bought that. But anyways, I'm like purely disgusted today. Or like I don't even feel any other an emotion other than numbness and disgust, which is not healthy. To the point where like after this, I think that I might have to go to talk therapy again to process all of this shit because it is not it's just like really heavy to the point where like I'm about to have like an out of body experience and like literally disassociate from all this shit and fly away. And like and I had to cancel with my other 2 friends because they also wanted to take me to the beach and I was like, I cannot go anymore with all this shit on my mental. So I'm just gonna be sitting here dealing with this shit privately. Sometimes you have to do that. I'm gonna do one for you guys. Protect the masses. I'm disgusted right now. Purely disgusted with my mother. And you best believe that I'm never gonna reincarnate with her in my next lives. Any of them. I'm just done fully. To the point where like it was a karmic lesson. They were all karmics and I don't want to have anything to do with it anymore. I don't want to have anything to do with it anymore. I'm just fucking disgusted. To where like I have my full on own life now. Now I'm gonna help you guys. I'm gonna do one more laurel leaf. Let me burn one more laurel leaf with an intention on it to the point where like release trauma will be the intention because this is traumatizing and I'm gonna release it. To the point where like I'm an expressive person, like I have to express myself, I can't repress. So like I have to talk, I have to paint, I have to walk, I have to sing, I have to dance. That's just my personality, okay? And I've had these people call me crazy because of it. Because I'm different. Which, it's actually really healthy with what I do. So honestly, something's not wrong with me. Talking about it is perfectly normal. It's perfectly fine. To the point where, like, I cannot fucking smoke it away. So we're going to do a trauma release with this. It's like with my wrongdoings, I've already paid back for it. I've apologized for things I've done. Okay. To the point where something had happened a long time ago to where like my dad had done something to me. But he did this to me when I was 12. To the point where, like, I feel like it was spirits from my ex-brother-in-law. The spirit attachments that he fucking brought made my dad do it. I don't believe that my dad fucking would want to do it. He was influenced. You know what I mean? You get really influenced by these darker entities from other realms that are not natural. But it's like my mom and my dad, they made that conscious decision to invite this man into the family and to marry him to my sister. So, like, they didn't protect the family. And this is what happens. This is what happens when you just let fucking any fucking type of entity come into the family. It's the truth. It's the fucking truth. And like I said, I've fucking taken responsibility and I've paid karmic dues back for fucking shit I've done when I've gotten fucking influenced by these darker entities, because I had gotten influenced by these darker entities as well, and they forced me to do something I didn't want to do. Okay, and I know that the darker entities were from my ex-brother-in-law. I just fucking full on know. I just remember him coming into the house. I remember he looked like Satan, like he looked like the devil. And I just remember feeling these bad energies from him, just very dark entities, to the point where, like, I begged my fucking sister's best friend to, like, tell my parents not to marry him to her. He didn't fucking listen. My mom liked him. My mom wanted him too. And you know what's fucked up? He tried to sleep with me, and then he tried to lie to everybody and say things about me that weren't true. And I never let him hit, because literally, first of all, that was my sister's husband. That's against code. I'm not like that. That's fucking against code, and you know this shit. It's like you sleeping with your boy's fucking girlfriend. You don't do that shit. You don't fucking do that shit. There's certain things you know you're not supposed to do. You don't fucking do them. You know, unless it's like a group orchestrated, oriented thing and you all agree on it and you're all cool with it, but you don't fucking, like, do betrayal trauma to somebody. You know what I'm saying? To the point where, like, but yeah, he tried me, like, years later. And then Irish Kegel, whereas remember Aminana, she was like, oh yeah, like, he would do my laundry. I don't understand why he was allowed in the house, but now I do. It's my mom. Now I fucking see everything now. To the point where, like, he would do my laundry, and I was working in a club, and I had an apartment. I come back from California, and I had to pay my rent. And so I had danced for like a month. It was like a month out of my life just to pay like 1 month's rent. Until at the time my twin flame, he was working at an airplane hangar in DeLand, and he ended up getting the money together, and I ended up getting pregnant like in September of that year, because I danced in July for a month just to pay my rent. And it wasn't a bad club. It was a club where, like, you were fully, like, you had to wear tape right here, and you had to wear tangas, which is like a lace boy shorts from like Victoria's Secret, and then just like heels, and they couldn't touch you. So there was a no touching rule in my county. It's really strict here in my county. To where, like, if you want to make real money, you know, you better take your ass to fucking Daytona, to Lollipops. You gotta fucking take your ass out to the beaches to make money, because that's, like, touching, and that's, like, all nude. If you guys are fucking minors, click off the video. I'm gonna actually put an age restriction on the video. Okay, I'm gonna put 18 and up, because y'all don't need to fucking hear this shit. This is adult stuff. To the point where, like, I'm kind of freaking out right now in my brain. Like, I'm literally, like, all over the place. Like, because when my mom, like, she literally did not, dude, she was trying to push me out of the way. She was trying to shut the door. So I was like, is it really true what dad told me? Like, did you really sleep with him? Is that why you allow all this shit? And she got so mad. She started charging on me. She started walking. Like, just say, like, you're me. And I'm her. She's like this. And I'm thinking she's going to hit me. So I'm kind of like, okay, what do I do? To the point where she gets to the door and she goes like this. And then, like, I'm standing in front of the door and I'm, like, seeing Layla. And I didn't feel safe with Layla. So then I'm just fucking, like, opening the door and she's trying to shut it. So she's, like, shoving me and pushing me to the point where I'm just like, oh my God. So where, like, it got into be, like, a physical altercation. And she didn't say anything. She sat on her bed, at the foot of her bed, and then she put her head down. I was like, it's true. I'm like, Mom, I'm disgusted with you. And she still didn't say anything to me. She didn't try to say he was crazy. She didn't try to deny it and say, no, that never happened. I never slept with him. I knew that this was true. Okay. She didn't say sorry. I'm disgusted. This just fucking happened a couple hours ago when I went to go take my morning shower, because like I was trying to be so considerate of them. My nephew was telling my mom to not let me use the water and not shower because of the bill. So for like weeks, I would take like 2 showers a week because I didn't want him to pay this fucking massive water bill. I was in pain and I literally was considerate. But do you think that they're considerate of me when I do videos? Like when my sister comes back, she'll shout through my nephew's door and scream at him trying to sabotage my video, bro. At this point, I don't fucking blame my nephew for anything. I literally don't. But I blame the older people. My sister and my mom, they're older. To the point where, like, I feel like my nephew is doing the fucking best that he can. I feel like I'm doing the best that I can. But my mom, my dad, and my sister, I felt like they could have done better. And I'm angry. Angry at them. To the point where, like, I feel numb and angry. I don't feel hostile. My mom's energy is very hostile towards me because I know the truth and I'm a truth teller, and she feels a lot of animosity towards me. But I feel angry and I feel numb. To the point where I had to cancel with a bunch of friends this weekend. I had to cancel my fun weekend, you guys, because I need to process all of this, you know, and I have like 100 incenses lit right now. They're all like, just like things that help my nerves. I'm disgusted. You know what I mean? I'm disgusted. I just accidentally put the fucking incense on this. Oh my god, you guys, I'm gonna be dead. Hang on 1 second. To the point where, like, my baby dad, he's been trying to see me. So it was, like, really weird. Because yesterday, I pulled up at the dollar store up in Sanford. And literally, he calls me out of the blue. And I'm thinking, okay, it's too early for my daughters to be there. Like, I know he's fucking alone and at work. I know he's not back at the apartment yet. He said something really weird to me. And I feel like it was, like, an excuse to talk to me. He was like, oh, hey, like, when I call you, and he never does this shit. This is how I know it's over between him and his fucking false marriage wife, okay? Oh, this is what he says. Oh, is my number showing up as a private number? I'm like, what? I mean, this is so weird. Like, you never call me like this. He wants me back. Then he's trying to meet up with me. Oh, can I see you? Can I see you tomorrow? And I'm like, what? I'm like, my friend invited me to a casino. Can you see me? Do you want to see me, or the girls want to see me? He's, oh, we all do. And I'm just like, okay, bro. Like, it's been 8 fucking years. It felt like lifetimes. I went through trauma. Like, you literally abandoned me and our kids. You know what I'm saying? To where, like, I went through so much trauma and you weren't there to fucking protect me. Just like my mom wasn't there to protect me from all this shit. It's just a lot of fucking betrayal trauma, you guys. To the point where, like, I had to fend for myself. I had to protect myself and my kids, to the point where we were pushed out to a fucking rescue mission shelter. We were pushed out into my car. Caleb was attacked. That's my baby. I had to give him to his dad so he wouldn't be attacked anymore. He was getting attacked really fucking bad. And I've said this in my other videos. To the point where, like, I had to protect my son. Sometimes you have to fucking do what you have to do. This is a selenite. This is going to pull out all negative energies. I'm just going to pull out negative energies. You already know what happened with Caleb, because I've told you in a series of my last videos. If you haven't seen the videos, you can go listen to them. So where, like, today's gonna be like a rainy day on and off, and I wanted to walk, but I'm just gonna stay here. Excuse me. Sorry, and it's like I want to clean this because sometimes the incense ash gets everywhere. To the point where I have to keep everything organized and clean. But yeah, I'm like disgusted with my mom right now, you guys, and like I don't even know how to approach her anymore. Because like all of this shit could have been avoided if she never slept with him. All of it. It basically fucking affected like her daughter's life. You know? Like it affected me. And she doesn't even care to see how the fuck it affected me. To the point where like if you're a parent, I don't care how old your child is. I don't give a fuck if your child is 30, 40, 50. I don't care if you're supposed to protect that child. You're supposed to. It's just some things you fucking need to do. Like my parents, like my mom, she's got an undiagnosed mental illness. Okay, her illness has went undiagnosed for years to the point where I know she has something wrong because of all of the shit that's went on. I know something is very wrong. To the point where it's from her dad. Because my grandpa was a pimp, okay? He literally fucking he had a whole other family. Like, he literally fucking impregnated his maid. And he fucking had 3 kids behind my grandma's back until where my grandma eventually found out. And then my mom, for some reason, wanted to, like, put a generational curse on that and then give me, as my birth name, her middle name. But without the A at the end. To where I literally just fucking took care of this shit legally. Hold on. And tell me why the fuck people are so focused on me when they have guests. Okay. It's called energy vampirism and I'm fucking over this shit. Sometimes you have to take this and fly it across the room and on the ceilings because betrayal trauma and just like plots will fucking spread, bro. And you have to put this on the ailments of your body. So like, I've said this in many videos and I'm good. I don't even need to eat today to the point where like I've had like three consecutive days of chicken fajita quesadillas from Wawa, which are so yummy, and I got the works on it. I mean, the banana peppers, the salsa, you know, the tomatoes with everything, sour cream. I didn't give, because I was walking like 15 miles one day, the next day 6 miles, the next day 7 miles, the next day 8 miles, the next night 4 miles, the next day fucking 8 miles. It was, you know, the next day 9 miles, to the point where like I didn't give a fuck. But like when you fucking don't protect your fucking offspring, like I had no choice but to give my offspring up to their dads, and I didn't legally, there's nothing legal in the system. DCF never came and took them away. I literally called their dads, and then like their dads picked them up. Or I had an officer call my second baby dad, who's now trying to get back with me, but nothing legally has been done. To the point where like they want, like Erich Kegel wanted me to get, you know, my kids legally taken away, but it never did because I never did anything wrong. So we're going to do this for self-love. So we're just going to be burning this for self-love. Because we need like lots of self-love. You know, I haven't went to my friend's house in a long time to get these from her garden, and she's like, every time you pass through here. And I haven't went over there in a long time, to the point where like I should fucking go one of these days, but not this day because it's gonna rain on the forecast and I don't want my shoes to get wet, and I just got like a bunch of new pairs of shoes to walk in. You know, because when you walk everywhere, you gotta take care of your feet. You gotta make sure you wear thick ass socks and like the proper shoes. You have to. I'm very smart. I'm very conscious of everything. It's like, it's felt like a very fucking curse for a long time, but it really was a gift. And the divine's like, no, I chose you for this fight. Like, I chose you to be the goddess incarnate. So we're going to do release pain. And so some of you may feel like you're going to cry. And we're going to put eucalyptus, and then we're going to put a rose oil on this. So we're like, this is my channel. Like, I'm free to talk about, like, whatever the fuck I need to talk about. To the point where, like, I'm disgusted with my mother. You guys, I'm purely disgusted with her. So we're like, your mom should be your best friend, you guys. My mom acted like an enemy. She didn't even act like a friend to me. She acted like a straight up foe for years. And now I know why, because that evil ass fucking wicked energy from my ex-brother-in-law was in her. Because she made the conscious choice to do what she did and lay with him and do that. To the point where now, this is why she turned against me. And for years, I didn't understand it, but now I do, because she basically just fucking admitted everything with what she just did in the room. So and I saw the vision. They're going to try to break in my room and damage my stuff or take my shit away. Which, now I have these cameras over here. So where if that's what they do, they could go to jail. Because I'm literally not fucking, I'm not playing this shit anymore. See the cameras over there? Yep. You can see, like, I got really dark too. End the session, you guys. I love you. I'm gonna go get something to eat. I'm disgusted.